Yeah, it looks like it's working fine there. All right, let me get onto the YouTubes. Looking pretty healthy. Can you hear me? Looking pretty healthy. Yep, I just checked audio. Sounding good. What? Oh, Marty Fluff. Yeah, I can get the key. All right. Oh, sorry. All up in my own grill. There we go. Oh, my battery's low on these guys, huh? Oh. All right. So, hey everyone. How goes it? So today I wanted to talk cryptocurrency. I was just gonna kind of explore and let you guys explore with me. Let's first manage some things here first. All right. Put the screen up on the top there. So you can kind of see what I'm doing. Let's see if that works. Maybe that. There. So feel free to follow along. It's not going to be crazy impossible what I'm doing here. Like anything that I'm doing, you should be able to do without any issue. I'm just going to be Googling Bitcoin. Everybody wants to know a little bit more about it, so let's just, Biff, let's just explore Bitcoin. Why should you be buying Bitcoin? All right, so if you don't know already, Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency. It is basically a form of currency. It's not just currency, anything. Anyway, actually, it's a means of exchanging value from one person to another. So it's a peer-to-peer. So if you've heard of BitTorrent, um, you might have heard of BitTorrent if you know me, because we released Pioneer 1 on BitTorrent, and we crowdfunded and all this stuff. And anyway, it's a means of exchanging information without a central database. So the way we're used to doing things is somebody has a lot of information, like they have a movie stored on their computer or a server. And if you're buying something from Apple or you're buying something from Amazon, like digital, or you're watching something on Netflix for say, let's say it's streaming or you're downloading it from a central server. But BitTorrent worked a different way. It was actually peer-to-peer. Everybody shared the information all across the network, and then you pulled from multiple people to just get that one file. So it decentralized storage. And as you know, if you've used it, it's incredibly fast and really hard for a government to shut down because so many people can do it and they can do it anonymously and you won't know where you're getting it from. It's not coming from one place. So Bitcoin or blockchain is kind of an evolution of this same idea. What if we could, like cash, spend money for something, like I could give you money for something that you wanted to buy from me, and we didn't have to go through a third party. So right now, our currency is backed by the 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 U.S. government. Like it's backed by. We happen to be lucky to be in the country that our denomination of currency is like the gold standard for the rest of the world. It's the one thing that people kind of mark most values on our currency. But it's all based on a central government. But really, in fact, like the real value comes from all of us just believing that that's the value of money. That's the value of the dollar. But we have to go through something to give money to each other, especially digitally. Digitally, if we wanted to buy something, we have to go through a third party. And that's where money comes out, transaction fees and all this stuff. So if you're using a credit card to buy something on Apple, not only does Apple charge you for storing, for like processing something through them, buying something through them, but they also, like the credit cards charge Apple to make that transaction. So there's the transaction fees. Plus whatever the fee is for you having that credit card, whether it's an annual fee or I don't even know. I don't know if there's a lot of fees nowadays for credit cards, other than just not paying your paying your thing. No, I'm sure there are a lot of fees. I haven't gone that far in my credit card bill in a while. But anyway, uh, blockchain, or more specifically in this case, Ethereum, Bitcoin, or Litecoin, and some other specific altcoins, and we'll get to what an altcoin is in a second. Uh, they they kind of just circumvent the middleman. It allows us to exchange value online without having to worry about somebody charging us just to pay money. Like it was cash, but it's like digital cash. We don't have to worry about a third party authenticating our transaction. And it's pseudonymous. It's not fully anonymous. It's pseudonymous, which means like if they don't know, like it's just an address. It's like a long uh, alphanumeric address. Hold on, wait. I'll get back to that in just a second. I think people are talking to us here. Let's see what people are saying. If I can. No, I don't want you to know where I am. What's going on? Oh no, I think my battery's dying. Let's put that guy down there. I got nothing. What's going on? Sorry about that. We'll get back to it in just a second. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with my stuff. Well, personal message. Checking out my personal messages. Well, doesn't sound like it's anything pressing for this. We'll go back to that. Yeah. So, pseudonymous. Your Bitcoin, it's just an address. So you got two things to do with your Bitcoin wallet or vault. If you have questions, I think you can ask via the live stream thing, and I can go tap into it. In fact, I can do that now while we're talking. Live stream stuff. We got people actually watching this. Like one person. Awesome. We have gone live. Oh, this is the live chat. Okay, well, you know. Oh, you can move that? That's fantastic. All right, so if you talk, let me know. I mean, if you talk, I'll be able to see it here. And you can see me talking here and all, you know. Yeah. Sorry, I'm still getting used to this thing. Hello. All right, so why is it pseudonymous? Because, oh yeah, I can invite Anya in here. If you know me, this is actually how much my brain derails itself from its own thoughts. Drives my wife bonkers. I'm sure. I mean, she doesn't say it drives her bonkers, but I'm pretty sure it does. And she doesn't say it because she loves me, and that's great. It makes me happy. How do I get this room? Okay. All right. So, if you happen to have I think this is working. Let's see. If you happen to have big screen and you want to join and sit and talk, feel free to copy that link. And this is where I am. This is a live stream, so you know I'm here to talk. As long as my controllers will stay online and functional. So, you get 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, there we go. People are commenting, but I'm not going on Facebook. Oh, really difficult moving this guy today. There we go. All right, so back in it. Pseudonymous. I actually hit something in the real world. Never mind that. Pseudonymous. Blockchain or Bitcoin is pseudonymous, which means they can see the address that you're operating from, but if you don't tell them that that's your address, no one will ever know. So if you're using it for online transactions and nobody has ever seen your face, they don't know who you are, then they'll never know that that's your bank account, essentially. And you can also see everything that happens on Bitcoin through a public ledger. And the public ledger is the blockchain. And we can get into how that works in just a bit, but the blockchain, it's a public ledger, so you can see all transactions. So it's not that you know who's doing what if you don't know whose addresses they are, but you can see what the amounts being exchanged were. So that and it stays in the blockchain for forever. So you can't erase anything or change history, which is why it's actually really important for a value system, a modern day currency exchange or a modern day value exchange system, that it cannot be tampered with, no matter, well, not no matter what, but the probability of it being tampered with is astronomically high, like beyond the capabilities of any human-made machines today. And that may change in the not so near future, but that's if some crazy things advance beyond our wildest dreams, which if that's the case, we have a lot more things to worry about, which I'm not ruling out. But anyway, so Bitcoin, where was I? All right, so well, let's go into how blockchain works. Essentially, how do you pay money from one person to another when it's digital and you transfer that information? How do you transfer that information? So essentially, when I decide to send money to your account, say, this transaction is sent to the blockchain, which I mentioned before, and that blockchain actually sends it out to multiple people who are called miners. Miners are basically tearing through lots of data, and they're doing a huge calculation to kind of generate Bitcoin. So right now there's like 16 million in circulation, and I think it's a cap of 20 something million, or no, I think there's like 20 something million more to go. And then after you've hit the limit, that's it. There are no more Bitcoins, so there is scarcity, but the way I'm sorry. It's been a long day at work, and I don't think I'm explaining this very well. But I decided to get on here and actually start to talk about this just because I had a lot of people. I made a post yesterday on Facebook, and from there I've got a lot of people private messaging me, asking for more information on Bitcoin, how to get involved, and I thought I would just start this off by saying what it is. But getting through this and losing the battery power, I just lost a hand. Um, getting going through this and getting to the blockchain, I'm realizing I don't really want to explain this. That's what Google's for. I mean, yeah, Google's for everything, but how about we do this? You can find out what blockchain is, or if you're really interested, I'll do a video on that later. But for right now, how you get involved? I really suggest, because things are kind of taking off, and um, it's 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 game changing for a lot of different reasons. So it's important, and I speak from experience. I've missed the boat on this twice now, but it's important that you take not a lot of money. Let's say $50 to $100, and go to something called Coinbase, or there's another company called Gemini. Gemini was created by the Winklevoss twins. You may know them from uh, the Facebook movie, or just the story of Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook and him getting it from these guys. They also made this exchange where you can kind of get an online wallet. You can use an account that you have to exchange it for Bitcoin, whether it be a savings account. I'm not sure if they savings or checkings account. I'm not sure if they let you use credit cards. I've never done that, but oh, did I lose? I lost the other hand. Excellent. So I'm handless. I got no hands. So if you're interested in getting currency, you can go to one of these two places, put in your information, and it's the easiest way to get started. I don't recommend you stop there. I just recommend that that's how you get started, so you can kind of see the value of your money go up and realize, like, oh, that's kind of crazy. This is still happening. Um, there I promise you, a lot of people are going to be like, don't get in now, and because it's going to fall, like it's going to crash, it's in a bubble. And I'm here to say I don't disagree with them. It is going to crash at some point. We are in a bubble. However, this thing is growing exponentially, and the overall value of this is going to go through the roof for a multitude of reasons that I'm not going to get into right now. But if you have some expendable cash, that you're not going to freak out if you see the value of this stuff tanking, that you'd be willing to lose for like a movie for four people, going to the theater for four people, or you'd be willing to lose on a really nice dinner, then just one night, instead of putting it on a really nice dinner, uh, put it in an account, and invest in Bitcoin, or invest in Ethereum, or invest in Litecoin, or actually invest in all three, and I'll just put it there and forget for a moment that you're going to get that money back for, say, 5 years. Just put it in there. From there, you then go learn a little bit more. After you've gone to either Coinbase or Gemini, yeah, I think it's Gemini.com. I just got that Gemini, and it's the Winklevoss twins that started it. I'm really slow, but yeah, I just got it. So you do that, and then you go learn, because you'll very quickly learn that those two, they do transaction fees because you're using their online wallet, and then there's some issues with them owning the account and what happens with every time you make a transaction through them, that like they're gonna charge you essentially like a really low fee compared to what's out there now, but it's still a fee. And in fact, you can get an online wallet for free. It's just the issue is how do you get money into that wallet? You need an exchange. And right now, the exchanges are Coinbase and Gemini. So I heard that Gemini has lower fees. I haven't actually checked that out, but if that's the case, do it. And Coinbase is cool because it has a recommendation, like you can get a referral cash. So if you refer somebody to Coinbase, you can get money. And I mean, I guess I should be doing that now, but I lost my controllers and I didn't put it up soon enough. And you know, this is an early video. I'm just getting started, but we'll get to that some other time. Anyway, I just wanted you guys to get started. And originally I was gonna go scroll through this stuff. As you can see, I've actually clicked on all these links. A little story, just so you can be cautious of what's going on. So hold on, because I might have some interference out here, and they don't realize that I'm live in VR right now. No, so yeah, that's the case. 1 second. All right, there we go. Anyway, I really miss my fingers. I miss my hands. Just like a floating head up here. So, a little story about how it goes. All right. Uh, I had started a show. You might have heard of it, Pioneer One, back in 2010 with co-producer Josh Bernhard, and we were doing it. It was completely crowdfunded, and that crowdfunded show was well, we had some fans of the show that wanted to donate to the show via Bitcoin. This is back in 2010, and the value of Bitcoin was considerably low, but we accepted it. And we had gotten, since we didn't really want to take the time to figure out what Bitcoin was, we were like, sure, we'll let them donate. And we just got whatever online wallet there was around. And that was that. We didn't really think much about it. And we got 150 something Bitcoin at the time. And we just let it sit there. And we didn't think about it. And then the institution that we had entrusted with our account got hacked. It got hacked like crazy. And in fact, you can go to our address, which I think we still say that we're accepting Bitcoin through, which I'm realizing now maybe we should totally get rid of that. But that's for another time. Anyway, that that Bitcoin account was it was hacked, and somebody even left a message saying that like, haha, we got all your money. So that happened about 2012 when that company got hacked, and at that time it was 159.56 Bitcoin, which is worth over yeah, it's worth over 1.5 million dollars today. So that we lost that amount of money because we weren't paying attention to like what are the safe ways of doing this. We kept an online wallet, and that's not a safe place to keep all your money. What you want to do is keep it in a vault, and you want to take it offline, like where you're the only person who has not the address, but the only person who has the access key, and you can keep that safe. There's a number of different ways. I'm not going to get into that right now because there are so many people who are talking about this online. I would just suggest searching for it, Googling for it, going on YouTube and just seeing what other people are saying about how they keep their stuff safe and what the best ways are, keeping it on a USB stick. But anyway, my point is that you just got to get in now. I don't care how you get in now. I just want the people that I know and that I care about to actually take this time to inform them, because there's some far-reaching implications as to what this new global currency is going to mean. And so uh, I think that's going to be it for me for now. There's so much stuff I can get into, but like I said, I'm really tired, and this is just kind of a first step into this. If you tune in tomorrow, I'm going to be talking live. Our show is Mindfully Augmented Live, where myself and my co-host Anya, we discuss everything that augments us as human beings. So, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, blockchain, this is a major thing that is going to be augmenting us as human beings as we know it over the next 5 years. It's going to be a huge subject on everyone's tongue, on everyone's mind. It's got huge implications as to what happens to not only our banking system, our financial system, but also our political system, our education system, anything that's built around the taxes that our governments make, our collective structures make, but to fund things. So based on taxes. So there's a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss, a lot to answer. I'll do my best in helping answer. Right now, I'm a little flustered. I'm a little tired. I lost my hands, but we'll we'll be dealing with this more tomorrow. So come back. We'll be on about 8:30ish. So I hope to see you then. And if you actually watched this far, kudos to you, because man, this was a rocky road. But I hope all's well. Thanks for watching, and that's it. We're signing off. Cheers.